This is the best moments of the BBQ Central Show in 10 minutes or less. Ever wish you could re-listen to your favorite interview or segment? Do you enjoy hearing older shows for the first time in years? Then the best moments of the BBQ Central Show in 10 minutes or less is just what you need. Thanks for listening and enjoy the show.
Welcome, everyone. John Solberg here. You know I'm the host for the BBQ Central Show. I'm not the host for the BBQ Central Show at all. I'm the host for the best moments of the BBQ Central Show in 10 minutes or less. Let me not overstep my bounds. I'm here to tell you, and I'm happy to tell you, that this show is brought to you by The Butcher Shop. Purveyors of highly sought-after 100% Australian non-crossbred Wyvara 9+ briskets that are always hand-picked just for you. The Butcher Shop has been retailing the finest meats for more than 15 years, and every week they're shipping out competition-quality meats to many of the biggest teams in the competition scene across the nation. Simply put, teams who use the Butcher Shop win, and they win often. Even if you're not a competitor, you still deserve the finer cuts in life. The Butcher Shop is shipping some of the finest prime, dry-aged, Australian Wagyu, and Japanese Wagyu steaks to people just like you and me who aspire to be the kings and queens of the backyard. The Butcher Shop always has Berkshire, Compart Duroc, Allegiance Duroc, and Prairie Fresh all-natural pork in stock, and again, it is always hand-picked just for you. You might be asking, John, oh, this sounds great, but I want to try something exotic. Rest easy, knowing that the Butcher Shop can get you an elk steak, maybe a camel roast, maybe some rattlesnake. I don't even know. You're going to have to call and find out, and I'm going to tell you how to do that in just a moment. Let's review. The best competition briskets, check. The best pork selection, check. Giving you better overall options to cook at home, check. So give the Butcher Shop a call today. 850-458-8782. That's 850-458-8782. You mentioned the BBQ Central Show, you're getting 10% off your entire order each and every time you call. You can also check them out on Facebook, facebook.com/The Butcher Shop. Shop is spelled SHOPPE. The Butcher Shop, home of the 100% Australian non-crossbred Wyvara 9+ biscuits. And right now, let's take a jump back to 2017, and Greg's going to catch up with Meathead.
All right, my next guest can be found here on this show the second Tuesday of every month. Creator of the most popular barbecue and grilling website in the whole United States, nay, the world, Meathead Goldwood. Meathead, how are you, buddy?
Hey, how's the Centralites and the rock star of barbecue from the rock and roll city today?
Hey, was it absolutely exciting to hear that Pearl Jam is being inducted into the Barbecue Hall of Fame?
No, I didn't know that. They're playing live tonight in Chicago
Really?
as the intro act to Obama's farewell speech.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't know that they had made the Barbecue Hall of Fame.
Well, not Barbecue Hall of Fame, but the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Oh, I thought you said Barbecue Hall of Fame.
Well, we're trying to get me into the Barbecue Hall of Fame, but that's not working out very well.
Nah, neither of us will see it in our lifetime.
I think you could be in the Barbecue Hall of Fame, Meathead, under business.
I don't know.
And celebrity. Why not? You have a best-selling book. You have a really big website. You're knowledgeable. You have a whole thing about you. You got a rap. What's the deal?
Hall of Flame. I'm a flamer.
We're the first inductees into that one, Meathead. I can tell you that. High heat flamers, Meathead and Rempy.
A couple of flamers.
Yeah, no doubt. So
there's a great picture floating around of the two of us in the front seat of my car.
Yeah,
looking like Mutt and Jeff, and I love that picture.
Yeah, it's great. We took it last March, or actually, we're going to be heading back to Chicago here sooner than later for the same type of an event. We'll be a little more west this time, but nevertheless, I wanted to talk to you quickly right off the top. You're married to a lady whose job it is to be safe with this food stuff, and I was wondering if perhaps you might have shared with her a tale of lament that I forwarded to you. The tiger meat sandwich, or also the cannibal sandwich, which is raw hamburger meat dispersed on rye bread. I like rye bread. Raw onions to top it with some pepper, and then consumed at peril. And it seems to be consumed on a regular basis in Wisconsin. What's happening?
Yeah, it's strange. All right, let's go back. When we were kids and Mom was making burgers,
yeah,
we loved to take a snack of that raw burger meat.
I never
and
did
it was
that.
tasty.
I never did it.
that.
No.
Oh, I did it all the time.
It seems so bleh.
And steak tartare is still very popular.
But
well, I wouldn't say it's very popular. A lot of old guard restaurants where you can get shrimp Dijon and dishes from the 50s. Steak tartare is still big and often served with a raw egg on it, which is a double indemnity.
So is that different? Is steak tartare a whole different ball game than tiger meat sandwiches?
I don't think so. I think here's the deal.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody here knows this, but in case somebody doesn't, let me do the quick version.
Please do it.
When you slaughter steer, they often have E. coli contamination from feces and other things on their hide because they're kept in close confinement. It's in the dust. It's in the air. And if it's not done properly, if the knife pierces the intestines, intestinal contents can spill onto the meat. And it's not supposed to happen, but it does. But it tends to be on the surface. So if you've got a whole muscle, like a steak or a tenderloin, any contaminations in me on the surface, it dies at around 160, 165. So you cook it, and it's pasteurized. It's safe. The E. coli are just too big to penetrate deep into the muscles, so you're pretty safe. But when you grind raw material like that, you push contamination down into the center, and so a rare hamburger poses a higher risk.
Yep.
A raw hamburger, a higher risk still. So, yeah, there's an element of risk there. And, it's not as risky as, say, Russian roulette, but, people do it, and they take the risk. I hope they don't serve it to their children, to grandma, to somebody who's immune compromised. But I have read stories from people who have been hit by E. coli, and it's a pretty ugly thing. I mean, you do not want to get sick from E. coli. And so I probably wouldn't, and I know I wouldn't, and I don't think I'd recommend it. I guess the health officials in Wisconsin have been trying to warn people off of this.
Yep.
But, I hear a lot of people say, I've been eating raw hamburger for years and it never got me sick. Well, I've been driving since I was 21, and I've never been killed in an accident, but 30,000 people a year are killed in an accident. That doesn't mean it's safe. Anecdotal data is not the best way to interpret this stuff. So just because you haven't been sick doesn't mean it's safe.
Resident Wisconsin and barbecue expert Tim Schopp is weighing in here on the Instant Chat Meathead, and he said, same as Carpaccio or tartare, which we just talked about. He's directing this to me. Grow some cojones, Rempe. It's delicious. I'll argue that all day long. And he said, I've eaten it for 55 years, never got sick, never saw anyone else sick here. However, the Wisconsin Board of Health is sitting there documenting cases where these many hundreds of people have become sick in this year and the subsequent year. And so obviously there's some type of a correlation.
Well, it's like I say. I mean, I'm 67 years old, and I've been driving since I was 18, and I've never been injured in a car accident. That doesn't mean that driving is safe. So, I mean, and I could be killed tomorrow. I have had a couple of fender benders, but 30,000 people a year are killed. That's a pretty high kill rate.
Yeah, for
sure.
So
I don't think it's safe. Just because you've been getting away with it doesn't mean it's safe. It is. I remember it as a boy eating raw hamburger, and I like it.
I never did that. So I like busting people's balls for eating raw meat just for fun. So Tim knows that. So
you're well trained.
Thank you. So that's tiger meat sandwich. Eat at your own risk, and I don't condone it. Meathead doesn't condone it. Tim Schopp says you just do it and like it. It's never going to hurt you. All right.
Hey, I strongly suggest you head over to the bbqcentralshow.com and check out the rest of the show. Meathead and Tim Schopp kind of get into it via the chat room a little bit, and it's interesting. It's interesting for sure. Go check it out. I appreciate it. Let me know what you think. Get a hold of me, John, Jon, at the bbqcentralshow.com, and I will do a show for you. or whatever you want. I don't know. Am I lost? What am I talking about? Thanks so much for listening. Until next time on the Best Moments of the Barbecue Central Show in 10 minutes or less, I'm your host, John Solberg. I look forward to talking to you again soon.